Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Push Square, and if you follow the channel then you'll know that I was in attendance at the Future of Play event in London this week, where Sony was showing off the PS4 Pro and dozens of titles running on the new piece of hardware. And if you haven't watched it yet, do check out my video that I did where I got loads of gameplay footage from several different games and also shared my general impressions on the PS4 Pro. But I wanted to spin off and do a kind of standalone video on Days Gone, which is the zombie shooter game, open world by Sony Bend. Now, we weren't actually able to record video of this demo or take any photographs or do any interviews or anything like that, but I want to do another video on it because it was one of the demos on the day that really impressed me the most. So if you don't know much about the game, basically it's set in a post-apocalyptic Walking Dead kind of world where you assume the role of a kind of down on his luck biker, and it's completely open world. It's set in Oregon, so it's got a kind of natural foresty kind of feel to it, and the visuals running on the PS4 Pro are absolutely insane. Now, I'd go as far as to say that this is the best looking game I think I've ever seen today. I'm no hyperbole here, I'm being genuinely serious. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn looks incredible, but Days Gone is a step even further than that for me. I should temper this video by pointing out that this was a very specific demo that Sony Bend had made to show off the PS4 Pro, and it was running in native 4K. Now, I don't know whether the actual final product is going to hit those same highs. It did seem quite a restricted demo where the person playing it had some control, but it definitely didn't feel like the full game was there. It felt like they'd picked a handful of locations and you could spin the camera around kind of thing. So whether the full game lives up to this demo, we'll have to wait and see. But if it does, holy moly, it looks absolutely unbelievable. So in this demo, what they were able to do was kind of toggle between 1080p and 4K on the fly. And it was just amazing how much better the 4K version looked. Like, it brought clarity to individual leaves in the background, and each of these leaves are like animated and have physics so that they sway and move in the wind. It just looks unbelievable. And they were also pointing out stuff like the character has patches on his clothes, and when they switched to the 4K version, like, you could see the stitching on the patches. You could also see like the stubble on his face, like individual hairs on his face. It's just wild what they're doing with the higher resolution. But it's not just the higher resolution that makes this game really pop. The HDR, or high dynamic range, that they're using as well is unbelievable. Like, when they were able to toggle that on and off as well, and they were showing like how his skin tone changes with the HDR on. Like, when it's off, he's got kind of just a flat looking face, he just looks pale or whatever, but when they turned it on, they showed like how like capillaries and stuff masked around certain areas of his face, which caused the skin tone to be slightly darker than other areas of his face, and just crazy specific details like that. It looked absolutely unbelievable. And in terms of like the action as well, they showed off at the very end of the demo like throwing Molotov cocktails, and how the cocktails, like at night time, they would explode and burst into flames, and these flames would illuminate nearby areas and other parts of the world and the environment. It just looked so good. I can't even stress to you enough. Like, there was like this wood hut area. It was kind of like a lumber yard or something like that, and they showed you how, like, in the 4K resolution, you could see the paint peeling off the huts, the buildings in the background. I've never seen anything like it. Like, a lot of games look really good on PS4 Pro, but this Days Gone demo was above and beyond anything that I've ever seen before, to be honest with you. It stands... If the full game delivers what they're showing in this demo, and I assume that that's the target for them, whether they'll pull it off, we'll wait and see. But if the full game delivers this, then it's going to be the best looking open world game ever made, without question. It just looks unbelievable. So yeah, I'm quite excited now. Sony Bend is an interesting developer, isn't it? They've obviously worked on Siphon Filter, and then they ended up kind of doing the Resistance game on the PSP. They did Uncharted Golden Abyss. So this is their like first crack in a long time, a big AAA project, and a new a new property, a new IP, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So there are some question marks, I think, over whether they can pull it off. But they've always made good games. They have good writers over there. And, while the concept isn't massively original, it's the kind of thing that could prove quite popular. An open world game with zombies and bikers that's got like hit written all over it in terms of like marketing and stuff. It should be an easy one for Sony to sell, and if it turns out looking as good as what this PS4 Pro demo does, then I absolutely can't wait to play it. But let me know whether you're excited for Days Gone in the comments section below, and thank you as always for watching.